All right, welcome to Word on the Street here at Specs Talk Radio, graciously hosted on SpecsTalkRadio.com. Radio Without Barriers. I'm your host, Daryl. Well, my co-host, Tia Williams, and on the board, Matt Tam himself.
That's me.
So today we're going to be talking about the long-reaching arm of the white glove of the Disneyverse, the mouse himself, the overlord of entertainment, if you will. Specifically, we're going to focus on the release of the upcoming Avengers Endgame movie, the hype around that, the announcement of the pending launch of Disney Plus streaming service, and the possible problems that's going to present for Netflix down the road. So let's go ahead and kick it off here with the hype, the hysteria surrounding Avengers Endgame.
The hype is real, Daryl.
Sure
We
is.
are about a week and a half out from the premiere of Avengers Endgame, coming out April 26th. That is next Friday. If you're a hardcore fan of the MCU, you can get tickets for the early showing. However, to tell you the truth, it's probably already sold out, so you're probably not going to get tickets for that. But if you're lucky, that early showings are on Thursday, April 25th, the night before the technical premiere of Avengers Endgame.
Yes, no, see, you're right, because I probably won't get tickets. Have you gotten yours yet? Either one of you?
I got my tickets the day that the special trailer came out. That basically announced that tickets were for sale. And
did you know?
yeah, I did. I got lucky. But actually, right when the trailer came out and ticket sales were announced to be, basically to be starting, the Fandango sites and the ticket sales sites all crashed. So this movie is huge. It's going to be huge.
See, I really feel behind the curve on that, because one, you said when the trailer was released, that was when tickets went out on sale, correct? The teaser trailer, I'm
Correct.
assuming you're talking about? Okay,
Special
I must have missed that entire boat and just stopped watching after I saw what I needed to see. So I didn't run to the website or get on over. So yeah, I missed the bus on that. I wonder you said that the websites were shut down. Fandango, was it?
Yeah, it crashed because there was just so many people trying to get tickets at the same time. They all crashed.
I wonder when that kind of madness kind of started, if you will. Not necessarily. I know obviously it didn't begin with the Avengers films, but it's like a thing now. You know what I mean?
Are you saying so? Yeah, I mean, there's been a couple movies where that's happened before, but so you're saying which movie was that first huge movie that?
Yeah, and I mean, and I don't know. I mean, you have to look at the numbers, but I mean, that's a thing now. People get really hyped up. I mean, months in advance. So.
Right.
Are you guys gonna dress up?
No,
but I crossed my mind.
I literally see that for the Star Wars movie. Do they
yeah.
still do that?
Oh, yeah.
Dress up and go
Oh,
in their favorite
Yeah.
character.
It's the expression. You gotta do it. You gotta, it's like you go to a wrestling event, the guy in the front row dressed like Hulk Hogan. It's ridiculous. It's all in good fun. I really am looking forward to that film, though. I have been following all the Marvel films.
Yeah, and the runtime, 3 hours.
3 hours, I
long.
heard.
Oh my
3 hours.
God.
Now, what's that mention about a possible intermission? Do we need an intermission?
There was some theories out there, not theories, some rumors that this movie is so long that the directors, Joe and Anthony Russo, were going to actually put an intermission during the movie so people could go to the bathroom, because apparently there's no good spot in this movie to leave and go to the bathroom, according to the director.
I'm just gonna hold it.
Hold it. Can't drink anything.
And they told you, do not drink anything after midnight the night before,
Wow.
or you would have problems.
I feel like I'm going into the doctor's
Talking to a
office. Yeah. I know. I feel like it's like they tell you don't drink because you got a blood test in the morning. That's crazy. That's funny to me, because I mean I'm older than most, so I remember seeing the Titanic film in theaters.
Ooh, yeah.
That was 3 hours.
That was a long movie
It
too.
was.
Yeah, and I mean, I'm of the opinion of, look, we all know what's going to happen. Let's get past this level. You could have chopped that movie up to an hour and a half. Honestly.
This is James
It
Cameron.
would have been pointless to just chop it up. You gotta break it down.
But we know
show
what's gonna
everything.
happen. I don't need a love
They were
story.
gonna get to that point. It's
The love story
anticipation.
was
They
the
built
main
it up.
thing for that movie.
Oh, you guys are going.
I'm sorry, but it's true. Tia is totally
Well,
right.
I'm a female, so
Okay, we're not going to travel down that road. That's okay. I'm not getting into that. I'm not getting lured into that
You're not that
conversation.
at home,
No,
right?
yeah, I gotta fight that battle when I get home if this gets out there. Okay.
I've actually got a fun fact if you don't mind here, Daryl. So
Sure, man.
there are like 3 AMC theaters. We're still talking about Avengers Endgame here, and there are 3 theaters, AMC theaters across the country. One in New York, Illinois, and California. One in each of the states that are doing a 22 movie MCU marathon before they show the Avengers Endgame.
Wow.
22 movies.
So you thought sitting through 3 hours without going to the bathroom was hard. Try doing it for 22 straight movies.
This is like Marvel Coachella.
Who can survive that? Like,
Yeah. I
You gotta be
mean,
that
hardcore.
much.
so you basically just call off work and like
Yeah.
abandon your kids at a
For the
babysitter.
next 3 days.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Or take kids with you, but I don't know if that's a good idea.
No, don't do that. They're gonna ruin the movie. Yeah, don't do that. Don't subject your children to that, and don't subject yourself to having to watch
I wonder how
kids
that's
all
gonna
the
work
time.
out.
No, wait, no, I'm curious about that because I know there's like I don't know if there's like a set list of films you need to watch before. There's always like before Infinity War came out, there was always a thing like you have to watch these movies first. Are 22 films necessary?
Not according to the directors. To tell you the truth, right now I'm actually on Doctor Strange because I'm doing the
Oh,
marathon
that's so good.
leading
Are
up to
you?
Avengers Endgame. So I've watched all the movies up to Doctor Strange, which is I'm on right now. But the directors of Avengers Endgame have said that the only movies that are really technically necessary are the Avengers films.
Really?
Yeah. So they said if you're
That makes sense.
new to the universe and everything, and you don't have time for all these movies, which you
Not
should
even
have
like
time.
Guardians
You
of the
should make time.
Galaxy.
These
Yeah,
are-
if you care, you'll make time.
Yes, exactly. So, basically they said that just watch the Avengers movies if you're new to the universe.
All right, yeah. So do that thing and get hyped, get ready for it.
It's coming soon.
It's coming soon. Tia, any thoughts on that?
No, I'm not really a fan, although I have seen a few Marvel movies, but I'm not going to go see it, so I'm going to be the Debbie Downer on this one.
Bringing down the mood. All right, well, let's take a break actually to pay the bills here of one of our sponsors.
This segment of Specs Talks on SpexRadio.com is brought to you by Brookview School. Griffin is just 2.5. His parents thought long and hard about who they wanted their son to be, and after weighing their options, the choice was easy. Brookview School. Here's why. Daycare is just that, daycare. Brookview is a school that encourages your child to think for himself and learn at his own pace. This is not your typical daycare. This is an educational curriculum that's been developed specifically for young children. Every Tuesday, Brookview takes parents just like you for tours of the campus. Call 313-358-9000 to join this Tuesday's tour. Brookview School, the greatest gift.
All right, and we are back. Welcome back to Word on the Street, graciously hosted by Specs Talk on SpexTalkRadio.com, radio without barriers. I'm your host, Daryl. Along with my co-host, Tia Williams. And on the board, Matt Tam
Hey.
himself. That's the man over there. So on today's show, we are discussing the growing Disney entertainment empire. Last segment, we talked and touched on the release of the Avengers Endgame film. It's going to be coming out on the early showings on the 25th, official release 26th, correct?
Correct.
All right, now let's get on to, well, actually, later on we're going to discuss the Netflix, how Netflix ties into this whole Disney, growth spurt they're having this year. So aside from all the films that are coming out this year with Disney, we also have to talk about the announcement of the Disney Plus streaming service. You guys heard about that? It's basically Disney's Netflix.
Yeah, I did hear about it. Yeah, I think it's supposed to be coming out November 12th.
November 12th is what I read. It looks pretty cool. I don't know the exact list of what they're gonna have, but I do know what already kind of appealed to me is the Star Wars films, the Marvel. I think everything Marvel going forward, right?
Yeah,
Pretty
everything
much.
Marvel. I think
Yeah.
as far as the movies go, everything Marvel after Captain Marvel is gonna be going straight to Disney Plus. I'm assuming they're gonna have the earlier movies too, but as far as right after they're released, it starts with Captain Marvel going straight to Disney Plus. Apparently.
Right, yeah, I read, and I don't have the website in front of me, but I did remember reading an article in the past couple of days where they are eventually going to take all the Marvel and Disney films off of Netflix to
Yeah.
go to this new streaming service. I'm assuming that means Black Panther. I'm not sure exactly what's on Netflix,
Yeah.
right now. I know that one's on there. So that they're really like, they're kind of keeping a hub like in-house of all their stuff now.
It's a good idea.
Yeah, and I also know with I know they have their hands on Hulu, so they're gonna keep Deadpool on there now that they own all the Marvel Fox properties. They don't want the rated R stuff on the actual Disney Plus service.
Right.
So I think that's where Deadpool's gonna find
It's a
out.
good idea too, because when you think of the Disney brand, rated R movies really don't come to mind.
Yeah.
And that's what
They don't.
a lot of people were curious about when Disney acquired Fox and all of its assets,
I
including
was afraid of
Deadpool.
that actually because I really like Deadpool films,
Yeah.
and I know they're pretty popular. But then it's like you think Disney, you think Lion King,
Right.
Little Mermaid, Aladdin, and then there's like Deadpool shooting you right in the head. It just doesn't,
And it's pretty gory.
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
kids.
it's gonna scare the
You
children.
have nightmares, you know. Then you
So I
get
got the
lost.
numbers on that on Disney. Disney's going to be opening their streaming service at $6.99.
Okay.
So that's pretty good.
That's quite a difference from Netflix.
Yeah.
Because their prices have gone up. Now I wonder though, that price can't stay static though.
It's-
Disney has to
yeah.
change that price at some point.
I would think it's probably going to go up after they've put up more original content.
I'm curious though, how many people would be willing to pay more? Like I know Netflix goes, what is it, $15.99 is the top tier?
Something like that, yeah.
I'm curious to know how many people will be willing to pay like $19.99. Let's say Disney gets to that, they get bold enough to get to there, which I don't doubt it because it's Disney.
Mhm.
Would there be a large percentage of people who would say, hey, let me just like axe Netflix off of my monthly budget and I'm gonna keep this Disney thing because it's more family friendly resources and I can just put it on for the kids.
Yeah, no, you're totally right. It's going to be a tough question for sure for a lot of people, I assume. But yeah, I mean, before we get into Netflix, I mean, the Disney Plus service is going to have a lot of original content
Okay.
that they're starting.
Did they announce anything yet?
Yeah, so basically they're going to be starting some original content, including a Star Wars live action series called The Mandalorian. And they've also got a couple Marvel TV live action series in the books as well with characters like
There's a
Hawkeye.
lot of people who just canceled their Netflix.
Yeah, I know. I'm convincing you pretty much right now.
All right, it looks like we have our first caller. Welcome to
Hey
the show.
y'all.
How you doing?
Hey.
Okay, this is Lex.
Hi, Lex.
So I have a question. I heard you guys, speaking about the Disney app that they're talking about coming out with on TV. So I noticed that they added The Simpsons as like a program that they.
Oh,
How do you
God,
guys
that's
feel about that? As far as it being, a Disney and family show. I mean, I know Simpsons is supposed to be a family show as well, but I feel like it's a little overrated for Disney. How do you
30
guys feel?
seasons.
Yeah, 30 seasons. Wow, that's crazy. I'm biased because I grew up a big fan of The Simpsons. I can recite episodes for hours. It's just ridiculous. But no, I mean, I think that's really great. It's a selling point for me. I don't know how many people. I'm sure there's a large percentage of people out there who would be really about it. As far as The Simpsons content can be a little bit rough around the edges sometimes.
Yes.
I don't know. I mean, but as opposed to like Deadpool, it's tame.
That's pretty in your face.
And I think nowadays, just where entertainment has gone versus what The Simpsons introduced in the late '80s, early '90s, and onwards, it's got to be pretty tame by today's standards.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I feel the same.
I think 7 and 8 year olds are watching a lot more
Yeah.
questionable
There's a lot more
stuff than they were in
questionable stuff.
1994.
I definitely grew up watching it. I was probably like 8, 9, 10 years old. So, growing up in the 90s was really popular. So,
Right, and I
think
have
it's
friends
gonna
that
attract a
actually,
lot
I
of people.
remember growing up, I had friends who actually couldn't watch it because their parents said it was
Yeah.
too racy.
I mean, they said a few cuss words, but it wasn't like the harsh ones. It was
you can say worse on live radio these days. It's not even.
Yeah. And it was just like
Yeah.
here and there. It wasn't just like they were just dropping F-bombs just back
It's
to
not.
back.
It's not Family Guy. Okay.
Oh, we're
Yeah,
getting
Family Guy
there
is
though.
way worse. Way worse.
They just bleep it out now. Yeah, no, but it's interesting. I mean, they're really cornering the market as far as, and I know in our next segment we talk about how that's going to affect Netflix, but I think Disney's going full speed now. Now, especially with that acquisition of all the Fox, they bought out Fox and then just they have their hands in everything. I think it's,
At the end of the world, I think it's gonna be Disney versus Amazon. They're gonna just own everything.
they're gonna, and they're gonna
be like the
be,
battle of the titans.
yeah, they're gonna duke it out for whatever I have left on my debit card. That's really what it's gonna be with Disney and Amazon. It's just, I'm already like signing to take my money right now. That's great, good stuff. I'm excited,
Yeah.
you know. I might be
I mean,
broke after all
if
this.
you
but-
ask me what I would do, I'm a pretty big Disney fan, and I can't see there's no way that I wouldn't have the Disney Plus service just because there's gonna be so
Yeah.
much.
Well, I mean, especially if they're gonna have an eventual release of the films, like if the live action Aladdin, Lion King and all that's coming out now, I am gonna wanna see that on that service, I'm assuming sometime next year.
And then that way you don't have to buy them all on DVD.
I want, exactly, and I also hope with the live action films of Aladdin, I wanna finally get a ride at Disney World for Aladdin. I wanna get in the Cave of Wonders.
Magic Carpet ride,
Yes, yes, all right, so let's pay some bills here. We're gonna talk about Spec Stop, this is brought to you by Best Way Disposal. Here's something I bet you never thought of. When Best Way Disposal takes your trash, it's compacted at an incredible rate. For example, you throw out a 16-ounce piece of trash, and we all have to do, the Best Way truck crushes it down to 2 ounces. Then the transfer station mushes that down to just 1 ounce. Let me try it this way. Something the size of a 1-pint beer glass becomes the size of a shot glass when it's taken away by Best Way Disposal. Pretty stinking innovative.
Sounds like the best way, Joe.
It sounds like the only way, honestly, at this point. So let's continue on. Now, we already touched on the, we started off talking about the release of Avengers Endgame, the hype around that.
Stop. Because you got 30-second break.
Oh.
We're at commercials. You got 30 seconds to breathe.
Oh, that's right.
You get your break. So if you want to.
Me personally,
take a
I'm not
breath-
watching The Simpsons on Disney because it's not gonna be that. It's not gonna be The Simpsons. They can't cuss and
Yes,
stuff.
it will.
Yes, it will.
They
Yes,
can't
it-
cuss
yes,
and
it
stuff
will.
on no Disney
Yeah, but it's
channels.
It's not on Disney
It's on
Channel.
their network. They have a
Disney
own-
Network they make it.
For the streaming service.
Yeah, something like what Netflix is, but they added The Simpsons to it. Disney trying to take over, back over.
Disney already owns Disney owns everything.
I want it to be
Right, so that's what
They
they're
have
trying
they've
to
been
do.
crazy for a so they won't take it away. No, even
Like
though
Rob on Disney.
listen, they made Disney sell stuff.
This is all right.
Don't
And
let
we
it
are
come.
back live.
That is amazing.
3, 2.
Where did you get that?
And we're back. Word on the street, posted on Spec Stock, on SpecStocksRadio.com, radio without barriers. I'm your host, Daryl, along with my co-host, Tia.
Hello.
On the board, Mr. Matt, doing his thing over there. Now, we started off talking about the release of Avengers Endgame this month, the hype, hysteria, the down websites and massive ticket sales. With that, then we went on to discuss about Disney Plus, the streaming service. I want to talk now about the potential Disney Plus versus Netflix showdown, battle of the heavyweights.
Yeah, so before Disney Plus versus Amazon, it's gonna be Disney Plus versus Netflix. It's gonna be like the NCAA tournament. They gotta get, Disney's gotta get through Netflix before they can get to
Before they
Amazon.
face the big boss in the video
Yeah.
game. Yeah.
So,
That's crazy. You know what? It's funny. I never really thought. Now that you're saying Amazon, I think my mindset always just went to Netflix is like Netflix is king. But when you really think of everything Amazon does,
yeah,
yeah, I see your point. I mean, I lean that direction now. But Disney has always been and will continue to be such a juggernaut. I don't think Netflix is going to like die off,
no,
No.
but
I can't see that.
the numbers are going to probably change.
Oh, yeah.
Something's going to change subscription wise.
I think there will be some people, kind of like what you were saying last segment, that will sacrifice Netflix in order to get Disney Plus.
Right.
Especially if they have kids,
Right.
because there's going to be a lot more family-friendly content.
That's going to be the deciding factor, I think, in so much of it. I mean, if you're a parent, having anything that you can cater to your children or even kind of distract them for 20 minutes is just going to be like the greatest resource you could ever have because 20 minutes is precious if you are a parent.
Right.
But see, the downfall of that, like Disney, they only have like G, PG, and PG-13, and like Netflix, they have it all.
Right.
They got the kids section, and then they got the rated R movies for like
Right.
the adults. Cause I mean, I have a daughter, but I mean, sometimes I don't want to watch the kiddie movies. I want to
I
watch
hear you.
my stuff. So
Right.
it's like,
No, I know.
go in your
I'm
room and
tired of
watch
all
my
her-
rated
of
R
all my
stuff.
stuff
You
that
can't
we
watch
got from
it.
Yeah, no, I agree. It seems like they cover more ground,
Mm.
you know, for now.
So, do you guys all have Netflix?
I do.
I have it too.
I do too. So,
I think everybody does.
what would you do?
Cross that bridge when I come to it. I don't
Yeah,
know right now.
nice way to skirt around that
I
answer.
don't know right now.
Well, I would I would try it out and see how I like it and, have it for a few months. And then, like, if money's tight, then, I'll cut the Disney off. Because I have Roku TV, so I can stream other applications that are free for, my daughter to watch. Or just like Netflix, they have a kids section for her to watch. So I have the best of both worlds with Netflix. So, once again,
So maybe you'll
that's
stick with that, yeah.
Yeah.
Who knows?
All right, we have another caller on the line here.
Hi, Cardo.
Hey, Cardo.
First time caller. So my thing is, like when Netflix acquired Fox, they were required to sell off a lot of the different networks that they got from Fox. So can they truly rise to like the power level that you are speaking of them as, with them having this, with like at least with the way the media networks and stuff are set up, so they can't own everything. So because they're only allowed to have so much. So can they really rise to that power of being like equal with Amazon?
Are you referring to Disney purchasing Fox, right?
Yes.
Okay. I think, I'm giving you my opinion here. Honestly, I think from popularity alone, because, you see it with how everyone goes nuts over these Marvel movies and the Disney remakes, the live action remakes. I don't necessarily think it's again, my opinion, I don't think it's personally a matter of how much you own. I think it's more of what do you own. And I think that is going to turn the tide, because you can have a streaming service that has like a gazillion things to watch. Netflix, thank you. I find myself like scrolling for so much, and then I'm just like, I don't want to watch anything, or I'm going to watch 2 minutes of this episode. I
You
already
spend
watched
more
it.
time scrolling than you actually.
Right. And then-
I agree. I agree
Yeah,
with that
so
one.
I really think it's a matter of I guess just quality over quantity, honestly.
And we have another
Another
call.
call?
Let's take another one.
Hi, long time listener.
Thank you.
So, do you think it's a possibility if this Disney thing takes off and becomes very popular that Netflix could become Netflix original only content?
That's a good question.
That is a really good question. I can't see that
Possibility.
happening. It's a possibility, but I can't see that happening because, well, I guess there is a lot of movies that you'll see a lot of studios just dump off on Netflix, and Netflix will buy it for pennies on the dollar, just because they have no confidence in the movie and they know it's going to do really bad at the theaters. They'll just dump it off on Netflix, and Netflix will buy it for nothing to add to their content. However, I can't see it only being Netflix content. I think there's going to be a lot of different studios and TV brands that are going to want their stuff out there for as many people to see. And that's what Netflix does. Netflix gives a lot of different people, eyes to see this content. And I think a lot of people are going to want to use that platform for quite a while.
Yeah, not just that. I think with Netflix, if you're exclusively having stand-up shows from Kevin Hart or Dave Chappelle, or comedians like that who carry a lot of fan base, it's gonna be hard to say, I don't want to see those guys. I'd rather watch this, Disney film 20 times over again. You're gonna feel like you're missing out if you can't see that anywhere else. You can get the choppy, edited version on YouTube somewhere that someone uploaded with their camera phone, but
Right.
yeah.
No, Netflix has done a really good job of delivering all those search
Yeah,
engines.
and I think it's smart on their part.
And they already have like 139 million subscribers already, and like Disney, they have to start from zero. So
Right, they got a
I don't know how long it
12-year
took them to get
head
that.
They had a 12-year run in
They
that
already
race
have a
already.
head
So.
start. So
But Disney, I think, is gonna do impressive numbers. For
Disney's just who's got the brand.
They got
They
to
can catch
they
up.
do got the
They can
brand,
catch up
they
in
do.
3 years.
Well, they got to keep that $6.99 pricing for as long as they can to get people on, and then once you have the content there, I feel like they need to put as much good stuff they can on there, and then if you want to hike it up.
Right, and
One
people will
thing-
still pay. Well, people are
Yeah,
still
people
paying
still
for
pay.
Netflix.
one thing I'm wondering about that price though, like now I'm wondering like, okay, it's $7 a month, but like, are you able to stream from more than one TV? Because you have like a family of 4.
I don't know.
Everybody
That's
want to
true.
watch something
That's a good
different,
question.
so it's
Because
like.
they haven't come out with those
Yeah,
kind of
that hasn't
details
come
yet.
out. All they've said is that they're planning. Their goal is to have it streaming on every platform by November 12th launch. They haven't said how many accounts you can have yet. So, we'll see what happens. We'll see how it goes. So, thank you for joining us today, guys. Thanks for being here. As
Thank you.
always, This has been Word on the Street with Specs Talk, SpexTalkRadio.com, Radio Without Barriers. On behalf of myself, of Tia Williams, Matt on the board, myself, Daryl Teeler. Thanks for listening.
All right.